Have you ever had a child in upper grade who is unable to read and write properly? And what do you think? What are the main reason behind such like children? And if you have such cases, please share in the comment section below so that we may collaborate on that. About such like children, there may be many reasons. There are different thinking schools. There are different type of research, but unclear instruction is important one. Unclear instruction means that the student is unable to clearly understand the teacher instructions. The teacher instructions may be complex, this may be lengthy, or there may be any other reason. Somehow the instructions are unclear to the students. And such like situation happened in the underdeveloped country schools where the classes are massively crowded. There 80 and 90 students sit in the one class, and secondly the teacher is not properly trained for the unclear instructions. Unclear instructions destroy the education system. Such like children thinks initially that they are unable to continue their studies, they are not able to run with the other children. With the passage of time, they hate the school, they hate the class, and consequently they leave the schools. So we should put, every teacher, every organization should put every effort to train the teacher so that their instructions should be clear in the classroom. I will give you an example of the unclear instruction. For example, a teacher enters into the class and he says, students, open your book on page number 42, go to exercise number 1.5. There is a question number 2, please solve it. For the primary children, this is not a single instruction. This is in fact a combination of 4 and 5 instructions, and definitely students will not be able to follow it. And secondly, this is also not clear that which book the student should open. So how we can make such like complex instruction clear? The first thing, we should break the lengthy instruction. For example, when the teachers enter into the class, he should greet, and after greeting he may ask the student to open their mathematics book, and after that he should wait. And if there is any students who are unclear about the instruction, he should repeat. The teacher may individually go to any students to guide him. Once all the students are on the same page, they have opened their book on page number 42, after that the teacher should go toward the second instruction. Please go to exercise number 1.4, and once the teachers confirm that every child is on exercise number 1.4, after that he should go toward the next instruction. So it is very important to clear from the gestures, from the body language, that every child is with you. How we can make our instruction clear? The first thing is you have to get the learner attention first. Once every child is attentive towards you, they are ready to listen you. After that you have to continue your instructions. But if they are busy in any other activity, they are discussing anything, in such like situation, if you deliver your instruction, definitely this would not be clear to them. The teacher should speak clearly and loudly. The word loudly doesn't mean that you should use the harsh words. Loudly means that the voice should be optimum, this should be audible. Once you give instruction, the teacher must wait for a few seconds that it is heard properly, and students are working on that. You should give only one instruction at a time, not a combination of 2 and 3 instruction, as we see in the first example where 4 or 5 instructions were given to the students, and definitely students will be confused with such like instructions. Then the remaining section of this video will cover that how we start the class, how we introduce the topic, how we manage the time, how we manage the activities, how we assign homework to the children, and how we end the class. For example, when you start the class, once you enter into the class, you greet the children, and this greeting should be politely and attractive, engaging. And after that you must talk about their life. You may ask about that, how they are feeling, how was the day, etc. And once they are ready, you must ask that, are you ready for the today class? Such like questions and asking about their personal life. Personal life doesn't mean to discuss their home. Personal life means that how they are feeling, how is the weather today. This will engage the learners with you. This will attract the children toward you, and this will create a friendly environment for the children, and they will be ready to participate in the class. So after that you have to start the class. The next phase is that how you are going to introduce the topic. For example, if you are going to teach them the peripheral devices of the computer devices, then you may introduce the peripheral devices, that how they are going to spend this period with such like instructions. For example, first we discuss input devices, then we will discuss output devices, next we will discuss storage devices. After that we will take review of the lesson, and finally we will discuss the homework. Actually, our minds accept the things logically, serial wise, and once you present your topic in a serial wise, in a logical manner, they will be ready. That according to that they will spend this day, this period, and they will accept the things accordingly. So time management is very important. How you will manage the time in the class, you have to use particularly instructions, and you have to convey these instructions in the classes, so the student may be managed as per the given time. And you have to manage the time according to the plan which you have created in your lesson plan. In your lesson plan, you clearly divide your uh, time period according to the activities which you have to perform in the classes. For example, if you have given any activity to the learners, how you will engage them, how you will control them. You have only 5 minutes to read this. 3 minutes left. Complete your work in 3 minutes. It is time to finish. Let's stop now. Stop writing, please. Put away your books, please. Let's check the answer. With such like questions, children will do their assignments accordingly. They will manage their time accordingly. There are some general instructions which you have to use this instruction in your classes. For example, can you speak loudly, please? If you are not able to the voice not able to hear the voice of some children, then you have to motivate them to speak loudly and clearly. And usually the child feels shy in the classes and they can't speak loudly. You have to remove their shyness. You have to guide them towards the confidence. Can you speak loudly, please? Can you repeat it, please? Do you understand? Are you with me? Look at me. Look at the board. Please stop talking now. Listen to Mr. A. I can't listen you. Show me your notebook. Come to the front of the class. These general instructions will help you to train your children. So there are some children, they are feeling problems with the instructions. How you will be able to know them? Definitely you are a teacher, you have studied the psychology, you have been trained for that. You have to know, you have to read their faces, you have to read their body language, and if you feel that there are any child or there are children who haven't understand the instructions, they are feeling confused, then you have to repeat the children. uh, Besides the facial expression or the body language, they may take longer, or they may do something else. For example, if you have given some assignment to you, if you have given some assignment to them, or if you have given some activity to them, they will be participating to any other activity, they will be engaged to any other activity. This surely means that they haven't heard the instructions, or they misread it or misspell it. They can also ask that the instructions are not clear. There are some energizer of the class which every teacher should use to make the instructions clear to everyone. For example, there's some energizers which use some instructions, and these instructions may be, for example, the conditional action. There is a one common energizers which start Simon says. For example, if the instruction start with the Simon, then you have to do the action. If instruction do not start with the Simon, then you have to do the action. This will train the children, they will make them attractive. And there are also some instruction which are opposite in action. For example, if you say stop, then they have to start, and if you, for example, say stop, they have to start walking, and when you say walk, then they have to stop. These such instruction will guide them. They will start paying attention. Actually, the unclear instruction also means that the learners, the students, are not able to convey the attention. With such like energizer and warmers, they will be trained to pay attention to the teachers, how the teacher should be listen. To enhance your skills, I will suggest that you have to write your instruction. If you are initially you are at the initial stage of your profession, then you have to write your instruction. You have to practice these instructions in the front of the camera, and you have to practice the whole class before starting that. With such like practice, you will become professional. You will become a professional teacher. You may also get guidelines from your senior, because they have experience of years, and they have faced a lot of